guys, welcome back to BeautiCo. I'm Ritika. Welcome to my channel. So as you guys saw the title of the video, this is the best of luxury makeup that I absolutely loved in 2022. If you all didn't watch my previous video where I have mentioned my affordable drugstore products that I loved in 2022, definitely watch that. I will link it right here. But today we are going to be discussing some luxury makeup that I love. So let's quickly get started. But before going, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also don't forget to hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so that you guys get notified every single time I upload a video. Now let's get started. So firstly, I am going to mention the absolute favorite moisturizer that I have used so much last year. I am talking about my Clinique Moisture Surge. Now, let me tell you, I'm using this moisturizer since I think 3 to 4 years now, and I still love it. No other moisturizer replaces my Moisture Surge because it's so hydrating. Like I said, I have been using this since years and nothing has replaced this, and trust me, I've tried so many different moisturizers, so many different products on my skin, like skincare products, but this is the one that I always go to because it's so lightweight, gets absorbed into the skin, it makes my skin super hydrated. At the same time, it's not sticky or like very oily feeling. It just gives me this plump, smooth, bouncy skin, and that's what I look for in a moisturizer. It has to be lightweight as well. This has that watery formula that I absolutely love. And literally, I think I finished 2 to 3 tubs of this particular moisturizer because that's how much I love it. I use it every single day. The next product is this Este Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum. Now, I know it's a very expensive product, but I have used this so religiously last year every single night before I go to bed. This is the product that I use in my nighttime skincare routine, and I can assure you that it does wonders to my skin. Every single time I feel like my skin is not performing well or its texture is not that great, like corrections that I need, every single time I apply this in the night, the next morning I have such beautiful repaired skin. I don't know how to explain this to you. It just looks better, it feels better, the texture of my skin is better, it's pretty evened out as well. So I think this is like a magic in a bottle. It does so many good things for my skin, and it's also very lightweight, and a little bit goes a long way. And this is the texture. It's very light, very calming on the skin, not sticky whatsoever, and smells also amazing. It has a citrusy smell to it which just calms my senses at night. So this is one product that I thoroughly enjoyed in 2022, and I still think I am gonna use this every single night because it just repairs my skin. Now let's move on to makeup. I want to mention this amazing makeup product that I just felt like I had this with me in my vanity since such a long time, but I never gave it a chance because when I was in Bombay, it was super hot. So I used to avoid like shiny or glowy products. When I came here in Bangalore, I tried out a lot of different products which were more on the glowy side, and one of them was this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Filter. My shade is 4 medium. Oh my god, you guys, this is what I am wearing on my skin right now, and I'm not wearing any foundation. It's just this product around my face right here on my forehead, and this has this beautiful texture to it. It just gives this very beautiful glow to the skin. Do you see that? Covers also so well. Like, it gives me like a sheer to medium coverage. That's all I need around the areas of my face, and the maximum coverage that I need is under my eyes, a little bit around my mouth and on my forehead. But the rest of the face, I just feel like this just looks so beautiful on its own without any foundation on it. It looks amazing on the skin. It has a very beautiful formula. It blends, melts into the skin literally, and it does not make my skin oily or sticky or heavy feeling whatsoever. It's such a beautiful product. I highly recommend you guys to try this out because it's a magic in a bottle, literally, you guys. This is so worth the money, you guys. Trust me, when people rave about the Hollywood Filter, it's for a reason because it looks beautiful on the skin on its own especially. So definitely, if you're looking to buy this, you can definitely try it out because I give it a 10 out of 10. It's a beautiful product. Next, I do not have a foundation. Like I said, I was more into concealers last year, and the only foundations that I used were the affordable ones, the ones that I've mentioned in my previous video. So definitely go ahead and watch that. The concealer that I have loved last year are these. These are the Dior Forever Skin Correct concealers. I have two shades with me. One is 2W and the other one is 4W. Now I'll tell you why I have two shades. Firstly, so one is a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone. The other one is one shade darker than my skin tone. So I like to mix these two and apply it under my eyes when I am using it on its own, just to give me that very natural finish. But today I am using the shade 2W because I wanted a little bit of brightness under my eyes and in my T-zone, like you can see, and it's giving me this very beautiful bright look, which I'm absolutely loving. But now let me talk about the formula. That is what amazed me, and I fell in love with the formula of this particular concealer. So it has a medium to full coverage, but it has this hydrating, melting formula into the skin, which covers everything so effortlessly, whether you're blending it with a brush or you're blending it with a beauty blender. It has a hydrating skin-like finish. It's not a matte finish, it's more of a skin-like finish, and literally once you apply it on your skin, you will feel like you've not applied any product. It's that lightweight, it blends beautifully, it's not heavy, and to the naked eyes it looks so skin-like. And that's the reason I love this concealer. I love any product that looks like skin, because I want that effect that I don't have any cakey heavy makeup on to the naked eyes. It shouldn't look like that. I want my skin to look very, very beautiful. So that's the reason I love this concealer. It has a beautiful formula. It has such amazing coverage as well, and it blends beautifully. It's very easy to use. So I've been loving this, and I've been traveling with this as well because it's so easy to use and gives me such a beautiful finish. So yeah, that's why I had to mention these. There was one more concealer that I absolutely loved last year. So this is the one. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Magic Touch Concealer, and my shade is 11. Now this is one shade lighter than my skin tone, but this is a full coverage matte concealer. Now if you guys know, there is a matte concealer which is very famous called as a Tarte Shape Tape, but I used to love that at once, but I felt like it was too hard to blend. But this particular one, like, a little bit goes such a long way. You have a lot of time to, you know, maneuver and blend this product out into the skin, and it is much more lightweight feeling under the eyes, and it just looks very smooth, not heavy whatsoever, and feels also very light. So whenever I want like a full coverage under my eyes, when I have a lot of dark circles under my eyes, a little inside right here which gets pretty dark for me, I use this particular concealer just to help me cover everything and brighten everything quickly with full coverage. And it blends beautifully, it looks amazing, and it's very lightweight. So I love this concealer for days when I want like a full coverage glam makeup for myself. So yeah, this was something that I wanted to mention. One last complexion product that I would like to mention is a pressed powder. I am talking about the Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder, and my shade is 2 Medium. Oh my god, this is such a beautiful setting powder, compact powder, whatever you would like to call it. This is something that I have set my face with under my eyes, around my T-zone. It does not make me oily. It's very finely milled, but it has a little bit more coverage, like you can see. So it adds a little bit coverage under the eyes and gives me this very soft brushed, like smooth brushed look. You can say it literally looks like a filter, and my eyes look so smooth, like my face looks so smooth whenever I set my face with this particular setting powder. I have been using this also quite a lot because it adds a little bit of coverage, it gives me this very smooth finish, and it's very easy to use. I use it with a brush. I just swirl my brush around it and just tap it under my eyes, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit goes a long way. You don't need too much with this particular compact powder. So yeah, this was something that I have used a lot last year. Next, I have this MAC's Eyebrow Styler Crayon in the shade Spite. Now, this was something that I was using constantly last year, and this is what I have used on my brows today as well. Now, it has this microfiber tip, but it's not like very fine. It's a little bit more on the fatter side, and then it has this brush as well, a spoolie as well, to brush my brows. So the reason I love this is because the formula of this is so good. It just gives me this very brush like stroke so easily, fills my brows in very easily, gives me a very natural look to my brows, as you can see. And the color is also actually pretty perfect. It is a little lighter than my hair color, but I feel like it complements my entire look really well, and it's very easy to use. I've been using this so much, and whenever I look for a good eyebrow product, I want the product to be really easy to use, because once you like do the strokes, I would like to use the spoolie to spread the product, and you see it spreads and blends so easily. That is something that I look in a good eyebrow pencil, and I really loved this particular one from MAC. And I literally have like two backups of this one is in my purse, one is in my beauty room, and one is in my dressing room, like in my bedroom, in my vanity right there. So yeah, this is something that I cannot do without. This was amazing find for me last year. Okay, let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes that I loved last year. Now please excuse me if all the eyeshadow palettes are more on the neutral side, because that's all I use. I love neutrals, I love browns, I love dark browns, I love like champagnes, golds. Those are like my kind of things, my kind of eyeshadow looks, and that's what flatters, like looks flattering on me. So I have those itself with me. So first, one palette that I've used a lot for so many different looks and is such a beautiful palette is this one. This is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes. Excuse me. Yeah, like I was saying, this is the Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes Complexion Inspired Eyeshadow Palette. And oh my god, look at the shades. Look at the shades of this particular palette. So I have these dark browns here. Like all these bigger pans are matte shades, and all these are shimmer metallic shades right here. The quality of this particular eyeshadow palette is outstanding. It's so very pigmented. All the shades, like even the metallic shades, are super metallic, and the matte shades are like very pigmented, very blendable. So I'm just gonna swatch it right here for you. Just look at that swatch. It's so opaque and so pigmented. I want to do smoky eyes, brown smoky eyes, gold metallic looks, like smoky glittery eyes, glam cut crease looks, everything I can do with this particular palette, because it's so pigmented and so like glam. This palette just screams glam to me, and I love the quality. I love everything about this palette. So yeah, I have used this quite a lot last year. Now I have two other palettes that I've used like on my everyday look. So firstly, I have this one. This is the Huda Beauty's Medium Nude Obsessions palette, and this is what it looks like. Now this is something that I love using on an everyday basis in the daytime usually, because the shades in this particular palette are more on the warm browns and warm pinky tone side, and even the shimmery shades are like daytime shades right here. Like the quality of this particular palette is also very pigmented, very blendable, very opaque. So I'm just swatching the metallic shades, the shimmery metallic shades in this palette. Look at that. It is like a warm palette which looks amazing on Indian skin, and on me also it just looks amazing. And whenever I want to, you know, amp up my look during the daytime and look really pretty, this is something that I have been reaching out for a lot last year. And then I have this palette which I started using during the later part of 2022. It's from a brand called as Amuse, and this is the Amuse Eye Vegan Sheer Palette in the shade 01 Sheer Nude. And like you can see the theme, this particular palette, oh wow, it has these sophisticated, very beautiful warm shades like lighter pinks, browns, and this brown right here is so different. And again, the quality of this particular eyeshadow palette is to die for. Now, this particular shade has a little bit, this is like pinky glittery shade. All the shimmery shades have a little bit of glitter to it, and even the matte shades have a little bit of like sparkle to it, but it does not show up on the eyes. It just gives a very beautiful finish to the eyes. Do you see that? It has this little bit of a gold glitter here and there, small glitter particles which just reflect under the sun. And this is the brown shade. I think you can see the glitter here a little bit more. Again, that's a matte, and this is the pinky shimmery glittery shade, and this on the eyes looks so pretty. It just makes my eye look really dreamy. That is something that I'm all about. It's like a sophisticated eyeshadow palette, and this looks so sophisticated on the eyes. So this was something that I have used quite a lot. So now let's move on to a mascara. Yeah, this mascara you got to see, you guys. I never knew that a mascara which is not waterproof will be something that I would be like reaching out for a lot. But I am talking about the MAC's Black Stack mascara, which released last year, and as soon as I used it, I was like, this mascara is amazing. Now there's a reason why I love this mascara. Firstly, it has this wand right here. It's a curved wand, as you can see, and it just coats the lashes so easily. Like, one coat gives me very lengthy, clumpy, voluminous lashes, and whenever I am in a hurry and I want my mascara to be applied really quickly, this is something that I reach for. It's super black, as you can see. This is the mascara that I'm wearing on my eyes. Literally feels like I'm wearing false lashes. But yeah, like I was saying, I use this mascara when I know that I'm gonna wear my makeup for not a very long amount of time, just for like 3 to 4 hours, because after 3 to 4 hours my eyes starts watering and the mascara starts smudging under the eyes. So I do not like to use a mascara which is not waterproof. If I am wearing my makeup in the morning and I'm going to remove it at night, I will opt for a waterproof mascara. But this one, there's something about this mascara which is so good. I think it's very black and gives me a lot of volume and length very quickly. So that's the reason I've been loving this Black Stack mascara. You should definitely try it if you are a person who loves a mascara which is not waterproof and super black and very easy to use. So yeah, this is something that I loved. Next, I'm going to talk about some bronzers that I loved. So firstly, I have this one. This is the Anastasia's cream bronzer in the shade Golden Tan. Now this is a cream bronzer. It's very easy to use. It's pigmented and the formula is amazing. It has this beautiful warmth to it. I don't know whether you can see it on the skin, but like you can see, it has warmth and it has that little bit of a cool tone that I need to just sculpt my face. It is like a couple of shades darker than my actual skin tone, so it looks like a very natural bronzer and it blends beautifully. It literally melts into the skin. It's very lightweight. Usually cream products are, you know, more on the heavier side, but this one is so lightweight. It just melts into the skin and gives me that sun-kissed tan look that I am looking for. So I really enjoyed this Anastasia's cream bronzer. The bronzer that I am wearing on my skin right now, which is giving me this beautiful sun-kissed tan look, is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush, a matte bronzing filter for face and body, and the shade that I have is 3 Tan. First of all, look at how huge it is, like literally so huge. So I'm happy that I'm spending a lot of money for a big size product. Let me talk about the formula. Firstly, it is that warm bronzer shade that I absolutely love. Firstly, it is very pigmented, so like you can see, It has a lot of warmth to it, and it is like this very beautiful soft silky formula that applies beautifully on the skin. It blends beautifully, looks beautiful. I think I've said beautiful a lot of times, but this bronzer is really something that I have literally not kept down. I use this every single day to give me that warmth, that sun-kissed tan look that I am all about, and it just looks amazing on my skin. This is the brush that I use with this particular bronzer. This is the Face S1 brush from Pack Cosmetics. So I just dip it right here and just very lightly start applying it on my skin, and I like to build the bronzer up little by little so that I can control how much of warmth I want on my skin. Highly recommend this if you haven't tried it out, and you will only need this particular product for your entire life if you're looking for a good bronzer. I know it's a little expensive, but the formula is so worth it. So I have this palette from Sigma. It's the Sigma Corday Rosa Blush palette, and this is what it looks like. It has 6 blush shades, where these 4, like this and this is the matte shade, and these are like blush toppers which are more on the shimmery side. Now the star of this particular palette is this particular shade, which is Corday Rosa. I used to use this particular shade so much. I had like a single pan of this, and this was such a bomb shade, but it expired, so I had to throw it. So when I saw this palette release on Nykaa, I had to get it because I knew that this shade is totally worth it. So this is the shade that I am wearing on my cheeks right now. It's that soft pink nude blush that looks amazing. I feel like showing you the actual formula. Firstly, it's a very pigmented blush, but it blends like a dream. It's not at all patchy whatsoever, and like you can see, the shade is so pretty. It's that soft pinky blush, and like a little bit goes a long way, literally. Look at that. And I love such shades. The other shades as well in this palette are actually amazing. This is the Coral Dawn, so this is more of a corally warm toned blush shade. Then we have the shade Pashmina, which is a beautiful pink, and then we have Nearly Wild, which is more on the deeper warm toned pink side, like you can see. So all the other shades as well in this palette are actually beautiful. So I felt like this palette is so worth it, and even the toppers are amazing, but I like my blush to be matte, so yeah, I had to mention this beautiful palette that I've loved last year. Do you guys know the MAC's Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish highlighter? This was something that I discovered last year. Can you believe it? I have never ever used this particular highlighter before. But the moment I got this and I started using this, I was like, I have been missing out, because this is such a beautiful highlighter. I am wearing it on my face right now. I don't know whether you can see it, but it has this beautiful soft glow, but it is a reflective glow. Now this has more of a pink to it, but it has a mixture of gold, so it's more like a champagne colored highlighter. Like you can see, it's very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way, but it just gives this beautiful glow to the skin that it looks natural, but it's still very intense. You know, you can see the highlighter from far away as well, but it is not that chunky highlighter. It's very finely milled, very finely milled, and it looks beautiful on the skin. Gives this very soft glowy look that I have been loving. Wow, this highlighter is amazing, you guys. Literally have been obsessed and have been loving this particular highlighter. And then finally, I just wanted to mention my MAC's Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is something that I've used so much last year. I love setting my makeup with this because it melts everything into my skin beautifully. Just makes everything look very skin-like. So this is something that I could not like do without last year, because it just makes everything look put together and makes my makeup also last a really long time. So this is one setting spray that is like my ride or die. One lip liner that I would like to mention that I've used a lot last year is this Huda Beauty's lip contour in the shade Warm Brown. This is what I am wearing on my lips right now. It is that perfect nude shade for my lips where I can line it, I can overline with it as well, and it looks like my lips but better. The shade is really beautiful. The formula of this Huda Beauty's lip liner is also pretty amazing, and yeah, it's creamy, it's pigmented, it shapes my lips really well, and the color is exactly the kind of nude lip liners that I look for. So yeah, this I have used quite a lot. And finally, what I'm wearing on my lips is something that I've been obsessed with. This is the Charlotte Tilbury's Happy Kiss in the shade Pillow Talk. So this is like a lip balm but a very pigmented, hydrating, glowy lip balm which has this Pillow Talk shade to it, a beautiful pinky shade which gives me this juicy lips, and it literally makes my lips look so sophisticated and so like glowy and expensive and everything good. I don't know, it just makes, I am not a person who loves like glowy lips, but this is something that I really am loving these days because it is something that looks amazing on me. So yeah, I've been loving this particular Happy Kiss in Pillow Talk. So I of course have to mention a perfume that I loved, a fragrance, of course. And when it comes to fragrance, fragrances are super expensive, you guys. But I purchased this last year itself. This is the Dior's Poison Girl Eau de Toilette. Now this perfume, oh, smells so good. Now it is more of a sweeter smelling fragrance, but it has a little bit of a citrusy note to it, just a little hint of it. So it makes it like a very overall like beautiful fragrance, and it has like, it spreads around me like so well, like a person who's standing like 10 feet away from me and I pass, like literally can smell my perfume. It's that strong in its sillage, but it does not give me a headache or anything of that sort. It's not a very strong perfume. It is more on the sweeter side, but it smells so yummy. Like, yeah, it smells so beautiful, so beautiful. It is that sweet, citrusy smell that I honestly am a person who likes spicy sweet fragrances, but this citrusy sweetness that it has is actually so good. It just calms my nerves and it literally makes me feel luxurious. Like a fragrance lifts my mood up, and this particular one absolutely does lift my mood up. And even people around me love this particular fragrance. Literally spray like 2, 3, max 4 on my body, and it stays all day, like 24 hours. It stays on my clothes till the time I wash it. So it's a very long lasting perfume as well. So yeah, I love that one. It's a delicious fragrance. Since it is luxury makeup, I still want to mention a very expensive item that I have used a lot last year. I am talking about my Dyson Corral. Now I could not do without this particular straightener. I kid you not, this particular straightener does not damage my hair. I don't know what's there in the technology, but how much ever I use it, how often I use it pretty much every single day. I use it quite a lot on my hair and it still does not damage my hair. I don't know how it does that, because all the other straighteners that I have and I've used damage my hair. Totally feel like it is worth the money. It is very easy to use. I can curl my hair, I can do different hairstyles, I can do everything with this Dyson Corral, and it never ever fails me. Battery life on this is not that great if you have like really thick, dense, long hair. I think the battery will get over in just one use, but I have really sparse Thudusa hair, so it lasts me quite some time. So yeah, I travel with this. I take this with me everywhere because it is so good. So if you are planning to invest in the Dyson Corral, go ahead, you guys. This is an amazing product. So yeah, that was my last expensive luxury product that I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you all did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I think I'm gonna go now, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Until